Alright, welcome back. There was a lot of stuff that was going on. My advice would be to try to beat that enemy, and if you can beat it, as you can see, I get a lot of Amrita, and now we can actually spend it on good stuff. And there's going to be a lot of information here, but again, I'm going to go through this as organically and naturally as possible. Let's level up. So what are some stats, again, that I might find valuable? Now, of course, if I want more damage, I can get the heart because that's what my sword scales with, but there's other reasons that I may want to get this. Let's say I want more ki or more ki recovery speed. I can get that too. But what would be nicer for me? So let's see what I can figure out. I know for sure it'd be really nice if I could equip some more stuff. Can I equip better? I want to be able to equip a headpiece. Would I be able to do so? You know, I want more defense, I want to survive more, but it seems pretty expensive right now. But I really, really would like to get some stamina. Maybe I should get stamina. Maybe I should invest in that. I don't know. Are there heavier armors that I could equip that would be even better? Ooh. Oh no, the defense is actually lower, so I don't really want to bother. You know, this is kind of a decision you gotta make. Seems like what I got on is pretty darn powerful, so I'll keep that higher defense easily. Yeah, so maybe stamina right now isn't the best. Oh, I would love to equip that, but I can't. So let's take a look then. Maybe I want to take advantage of the Guardian Spirit. Oh, cool, information about the Guardian Spirit. So I need to have a combination of skill and strength. So get some skill, let's get some strength so I can take advantage of this. Alright, so let's get some skill and some strength. I need 3. So I guess I'll get some skill here. How many times can I level? Ooh, I can level up 3 times. Let's just do that, I guess. Just try it out. Okay, just go from there. Alright, so now if we take a look at the Guardian Spirit, you can see I get all the benefits. So nice, I get this 15% extra strong attack key damage. That would be handy. Seems pretty good. And I've got all these other benefits too. That's pretty good. Before I get into another concept, let me talk about what the Kodama Blessings are. So you go here, make an offering. There's quite a few things that are going on here. Let's say you have excess loot that you don't want. Let's say, hey, you know what? I want to get rid of, let's see. You can sort this, by the way, by clicking, as I am. Let's see. So maybe I'll just sort this by level. Ooh. Look at this. This sword actually has a higher value in terms of attack compared to this. So maybe I'll hold on to this. I don't know. I mean, it's a higher color, so maybe I should just switch to that. That seems pretty good. Alright, ooh, and look at all this weak stuff. Oh, and by the way, I would recommend you lock these until your split staff and fists until you get better ones. But it looks like these are weaker. This Odachi has an attack power of 122. This spear has 52. Let's just get rid of this spear. Alright, all checked items will be given up as offerings. So you'll get some Amrita, you'll get some stuff called Divine Rice. I'll explain that in a bit. So what are those? Okay, we unlock the Kodama Bazaar. So Divine Rice is the currency that you can use in order to purchase some items. You can enable an auto purchase feature so that you can get certain items. And let's see what I could potentially buy. I have 2 Divine Rice that I got from selling some stuff. So let's say I run out of elixirs, I could always buy elixirs and stuff like that. Or I can get in a Choco Cup to help summon somebody, or I can get stones to, I guess, chuck at enemies. So eventually you'll start to notice that there are many other things that fill up the bazaar, and so you can use Divine Rice to kind of buy certain consumables, and it can be handy. The stuff that's here isn't particularly going to be special. Sometimes there'll be like loot from other players, but again, nothing is particularly unique. It's nice to have though, and it's a good way to turn excess stuff into something that's actually meaningful for you. Kodama Blessings, however, are very important, and as you can see here, you can see a bunch of little teapots, but you know how we collected one Kodama? So we collected one with a green hat of sorts, and so now we can actually equip one of the Kodama Blessings. So in this case, by offering 100 gold, and honestly, the amount of gold is trivial, by offering some gold, Now we have a 5% chance more of our elixir drop rate, it goes up by 5%. And as you find more Kodama, and as it says on the right over here, we have found 1 out of 7 Kodama. If you get 7 out of 7 Kodama, I mean, you get them all, but you'll basically find different types. And if you get them all, you can actually get a starting bonus to the amount of elixirs that you by default spawn with. So it's really nice. So we only found 1 Kodama, and the rest of them are going to be really sneaky to find, but you'll want to get them so you can equip blessings and get more things like, hey, you want to level up a little faster or get more Amrita in general. Oracle blessings for you. You want more equipment to drop. You want to get more soul cores, which I'll talk about when appropriate. I'm going to get more elixirs for now, or you want to get materials, which we'll deal with when we get to the blacksmith. So a lot of really useful information to know so that you can have an easier time playing the game. So what else can we go with? Oh yeah, if at any point in time you want to go through tutorials and the dojo missions, you can do so from here. If you want to just practice things in the training ground, which we will go through from time to time, just take a little break, then yeah, you can go here. So it's very, very valuable. These little spots will be unlocked when appropriate, but for now it's irrelevant. So what's next? So I got some points, right? And if you take a look on the bottom left side of the screen, you'll see, hey, I got 3 points. So how do I spend them? And what should I spend them on? Let's go to Learn Skills, which is where you spend your points. And you can see here, I'm using the sword and I'm using Samurai. And Samurai is just generic general actions that you take irrespective of your weapons. So let's take a look at Samurai points. Now we've got all this stuff to look at. And of course, when you look at the skills, it can be overwhelming and you have no idea where to start. Now, let's take a look at what we have available. So these little blue things basically denote, hey, you can pick them. And so it can be pretty tricky to understand where to go. My advice, I'm going to give you the stuff that I think makes the most impact, like for the earliest points. Eventually you're going to get like everything anyway, so you don't have to worry about that. I can tell you, I'm not even in New Game Plus 3, and I have like 20 excess points, and I basically don't need them. So you'll be fine. You can get everything here. So I would recommend you get Flux right away. All right, I'm gonna get Flux, and so should you. Flux allows you on a successful key pulse. If you change stances, you will get bonus key back. This really helps with key management, and some of the best players use Flux all the time. Eventually we'll expand that to Flux 2, which is just mechanically an extra step, but is fundamentally the same concept, where you can get a lot more key back per attacks, so you won't struggle as much. It's really, really good. But we'll worry about that later. Now we've got 1 extra point we can put in, so let's take a look at what's available. We've got this. We've got, all right, Key Pulse Earth. Activates when you recover full key from a key pulse, applies a special effect that negates the key consumption resulting from your next dodge action. So free dodge, this will give you a free block, and this will give you a stronger attack. Now these aren't actually that interesting on their own. What I find more interesting is what it's going to come after. So this ability right here, Running Water Earth, dodging at the perfect timing will now trigger a key pulse. This will allow your dodges to also be the key pulse at the same time. That's huge. There's actually one for low stance, there's one for mid stance, and there's one for high stance. These are massive. Now, I can't afford the points for this right away, so I'm going to set it as a goal. Click R3. Oh yeah, you can zoom in and zoom out. And you can see now I know, hey, I want to go for this. So I'm going for this, and in order to get it, you can see that like blue little flashing line. It's telling me it's a prerequisite. So I am going to get this so that I can get this. So it'll be really nice to be able to dodge in low stance. I want you guys to generally get in the habit of using low stance to dodge. Mid stance dodges, of course you can. High stance dodges if you very much intend to do so. But because low stance dodges require very little key, it is very safe to do this, which is why we're going for it. But for now, we've got the tool of Flux, which we do need to practice, and we will I will definitely be showcasing how to practice it, and I'll give you more reasons why to practice it in the first place, and it'll be easier as we get into really investing in our weapons. Speaking of weapons, let's go to our sword. Our sword, we have a skill point, and we can only pick one of these starting 4 abilities. So let's just take a look real quick to see what we've got. Leaf Glide parries an opponent's attack. Alright, well, it's a parry, and parries are generally pretty difficult, and if you're starting out in the game, yeah, it's nice if you can parry and you can get the increased attack, but parries generally only work against humans. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this one alone. Let's take a look here. Heaven Flash follows up a normal attack with a quick attack to the enemy that launches you up, then finishes with a downward slice. Low stance only, so it's push forward on the left stick and then press X after a normal attack. It's a great ability, but it will eat up a lot of your ki, so I wouldn't advise that right away. We'll eventually get it because we'll need to, but it's not right away. Alright, Sword Ki disperses ki from your sword to stagger surrounding enemies. It's a great ability, but I imagine if you are starting the game, you probably want something that has a bit of damage to it and kind of really hits home how Nioh can be combo based as opposed to what you might have seen so far. So we're going to get Morning Moon. Morning Moon follows up a quick attack with a jumping slice, high stance only. Command triangle after a quick attack. We are getting this. Absolutely without a doubt. Alright. So let's just stop there for now. That was a good amount of information. When we get back, we are going to, goodness me, I'm tongue-tied. We'll get into more things and more things because there's always more stuff to get. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in a bit.